Dr. Michael Owusu. Like I told you, my name, Dr. Michael Owusu. After this, it's likely that you may have a recorded version so that those who are not online will put them there for you to also have access to them. And then those who didn't also, maybe who missed something in the course of the discussion, can also have access to that. So that is what we have. Pedagogical content knowledge in chemistry. In chemistry. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm working on something. There's a hitch here. I'm working on that. Sorry, I'm on it, but there's a hitch I'm working on. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, Doc.
Can you see the
Yes,
rolling
Doc.
of the?
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc.
Okay. We look at instructional strategies. Before then, when we talk of instructional strategies, we are talking about the technique that you as a teacher, you will use to help your students to be independent or to become independent, and then to also become strategic learners. You know, you as a teacher going to the class, please put your mics off. Put your mics off. The background is noisy. You have so many plans for your students as to what you are going to teach them. So the instructional strategy, please put your mics off. They are the strategies that you as a teacher, you will use to help your students become independent and strategic learners. When we talk of students becoming strategic learners, we are talking about the students becoming independently. That is, when students independently select the appropriate ones and use them effectively to accomplish a task. On the other hand, when you are in classroom, you give your students so many instructional strategies, so many techniques that you make it open to them. Then the students themselves, they sit down and then say that, okay, Dr. Owusu has given us maybe A, B, C, D. But to me, as an individual, to me, as a student, to me, as a learner, I think when I employ A, B, C of what my lecturer gave to me, then that one will help me to understand my learning better. And then this will also help me to accomplish whatever task that I have. So the strategies that you give to them for them to become strategic learners, the students themselves they should be able to be in a position to select the appropriate strategies that will help them to accomplish whatever they have, the task before them effectively. then we can say that your students have become strategic learners. And let me ask this question. What is the importance of your students having or what is the importance of you having the instructional strategies and your students also becoming effective strategic learners? What is the importance of it? Why do you have to do that? Why don't you allow them to do anything they want, but rather you are giving them that opportunity to operate within their own strength, their own abilities, so that at the end of the day, they achieve the tasks that they want to achieve? What is the importance of this? What is the importance of this? Please, did you get my question? Are you people online?
Hello. Yes, Doc.
Yes, Doc.
Yes,
So
Doc.
please, your question again, please.
You know, we are saying that our students, the strategies that we give to our students, they are the techniques that you help to, or you use to help your students to become independent and strategic learners. And then these strategies that you are giving to them, or your student becoming strategic learners, it means that your students independently on their own are able to select the appropriate strategies and use them effectively to achieve a given task. So the question is, what is the importance of it? What is the importance of it?
Hello, Doc.
Yes, I want to hear you. Yes.
Yeah, Doc. Some
Yes,
some of
please.
the tasks, some of the tasks that as a student or learner, please can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Some of the tasks a student as a student or a learner, some of the tasks that at times it seems difficult for you to even understand, but if you adapt a strategy that you think is appropriate for you, you can easily achieve that by your own self, a simple way, just like that. So it helps the student to almost acquire and understand and know what to do in the classroom.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Frimpong. I think, Sir Samuel, your hand is up.
So I think this strategic learning to help the learners to develop critical thinking during instructional hours. That is to me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yes, any other? Okay, then let's go back to my slides and see what we have there. We're looking at the importance of becoming strategic learners, of course, and that is what we are looking at for now. So, like our brothers have just said, we want to see how important this is to our students and to ourselves. How important it is to ourselves. It motivates the students and help them focus attention. You know, instructional strategies can can motivate them because you're doing your best to give them the help, the necessary push for them to achieve the specific tasks that they are supposed to achieve. And as a result of you trying to help them with that, it motivates them. It helps them to focus attention. It also helps them to organize. It can organize information for understanding and remembering, because you have planned your teaching in such a way that this is what I want my students to acquire. This is what I want my students to do. This is what I want my students to be able to apply the knowledge for. So whatever information that you are giving to them is well organized. and it aids understanding. It also aids remembering. And also as you as a teacher, it helps you to monitor and assess the learning. You as a teacher, it helps you to monitor and assess the learning. You see, to become successful strategic learners, there are certain things that students also need. Your students need certain things to become strategic learners. What do they need in order to do that? One, it needs step-by-step strategy instruction. Step-by-step. That means you don't go to the classroom, and then haphazardly begin to say anything anyhow. You start anywhere, you end anywhere. You rather follow instructions step by step, procedural. You know that from A, I'm moving to B. I have to define the thing first for them to understand what that thing is. Then after that, let's look at the importance of it. Let's look at maybe the disadvantage of applying this. Let's look at the advantages of maybe applying this. Then let's look at the practical experience of this. So you go step by step. So to become successful strategic learner, the student needs to be the instruction should be step by step in delivering. Then a variety of approaches, instructional approaches, and then variety of learning materials must also be used. You don't go to classroom and then always begin to give your thing as if it's a lecture, blah 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 blah. Then they talk and go. No, you don't do that. Always. So when they go, as for Mr. Frimpong, whenever he's coming to tell us stories, he's coming to tell us. Sometimes you need to vary the approaches. You go to class today, everybody knows that you are going to tell them, but you come there and then say today we are going to discuss this. You go to classroom, everybody knows that we are going to discuss. Then you go there and then say today we are going to have some hands-on experience. You go to the lab. Today we're going to have debates. Today we're going to have this. You see, use variety of instructional approaches, and then so many learning materials. You must also use appropriate support. The appropriate support is given to your learners in order to be able to learn very well. So it's something like you are helping them, you are aiding them in doing something. So that support may include you'll be guiding them in doing their thing. That's guided practice, independent practice. That's what I was talking about. Today, we are going to do this. I'm going to help you in doing this. So that's why you set your objectives. The students, or maybe the teacher help the students to do this. The student perform this and other things. Those things you provide them. Then also, you need to also create opportunities in the classroom for them to transfer whatever skills and ideas that they have or they have learned in one subject to solve a problem in another situation. Transfer of learning, very, very important. Whatever your students learn is for their own good. It's for life. They are learning for life. They are not learning for a given period, and that is all. So they should be able to leave the classroom, go outside, they apply whatever they have learned in the classroom to another situation that they meet. Because there is no way, or maybe it's not always the case, that whatever they learn in the class, the same thing that they are going to meet, the same challenge that they will meet. No. Sometimes they meet so many challenges that are different from what happened in the classroom. But they should be able to transfer the skills, the idea they have learned in the classroom to that situation to solve it. So it is also another thing we have to know. And then there must be meaningful connection between the skills and ideas and the real life situation. Let me ask this question. Have you ever taught personal hygiene in the classroom before as a topic?
Yes, sir.
Good. So when you teach them personal hygiene, what is the brain behind your teaching of personal hygiene? On the other hand, what is your aim of teaching them personal hygiene? Yes. Yes, Sir Sammy. Sir Samuel.
Sir, sorry.
Uh-huh.
It is the old hand, eh?
Then put it out. Put it down.
Okay.
When you are teaching personal hygiene in the classroom, is it for only educational examination purposes, or for that you have something behind?
No, sir. It's not for examination.
Why do you teach them personal hygiene? For them to pass exam and do that, or what? What is the brain behind your teaching of that
No,
topic?
sir.
Personal hygiene?
No, sir.
Sammy, please put your hand down. Your hand is still up. Click on that hand on your screen, then it will go.
Okay.
Click the hand button, then it will go. Yes, let's hear you.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please talk.
Doc, it is like teaching your student waste management practices. At times, it's not necessarily based on the exam that you want them to acquire or you want them to maybe benefit from what you are teaching, but you can transfer the learning to the real life environment and situation, like keeping the environment also clean so that you can prevent some of what diseases and other things, or it can also reduce the economic burden in the country and other stuff. So teaching them personal. Hello.
Yeah, we are listening.
So teaching them personal hygiene, for instance, they can also transfer it in their real life situations whereby they will keep themselves clean. And if they keep themselves clean and those stuff, it can also prevent them from contracting diseases and other problems that it might affect the body or it might affect the personal life. Please, that's my opinion. Hello, Doc. Guys, is Doc presenting? Is that from my end?
We can't hear him. I can't hear him.
Hello, me, my network is bad. I can't hear anything again.
Maybe it's from
He
his
says it's
end.
off.
Maybe from his end.
I'm sure it's from doctor's end.
It's the same, maybe it's from his end.
Yeah.
From doctor's end, right?
Robert.
Sammy.
Yes, what's up?
Yes, Sammy.
Okay, me go.
It's not a platform after the lesson.
Robert.
Tell me after the lesson.
Ba mama ga la via ore mi an yo.
Sammy.
Sammy after the lesson. Sammy after the lesson, okay.
Hello.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sorry. I think that the link went off. It went off.
Okay.
That's why I have to come back again. So let me share my screen again. Sorry for that. The network. I believe you are seeing the screen now.
Yes, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, the thing went off. Right. Okay, so we were on the. So for them to become strategic learners, there is the need for you to make meaningful connection between the whatever they are learning, the skills and the ideas, and that of the real life situation. That was where we are. Then we said we should give them opportunities, and then we should also encourage them to be self-motivated. That is where we were. I said, no, you don't always have to encourage them. Somebody else have to encourage them. Sometimes they have to encourage themselves intrinsically. They should be able to correct themselves to know that what I'm doing is good, what I'm doing is not good. It's not always that somebody has to tell them you are doing the right thing or you are not doing any right thing. Good. So for effective, hello, please put your mics off. Those who are chatting up behind, put your mics off. Effective instructional and learning strategies can be used across all levels, all subject areas. And you can also accommodate all range of students, irrespective of their differences. You can also accommodate them. So if you are talking about effective instructional learning strategies, one, it can be used at all levels, from preschool up to the tertiary level. In the preschool, they can do hands-on activities. In the primary school, they can do hands-on. In the junior high, they can do. Secondary school, they can do. And then tertiary, they can do. So it means that effective instructional strategies, those who are talking, please make sure your mics are off. So you can use them anywhere. And then you can also accommodate all kinds of differences, all kinds of students with differences in behavior, whatever. You can also do that for effective instructional. Okay, let's look at some of the instructional strategies that can be used.
So Doc.
Yes.
You were mentioning about the hands-on. No, what about the students who do not even have the electrification, who have problem with the electrification or don't have the science labs and the rest? How are they going to perform the hands-on?
Oh, that's a very good question. So that's the question. Let us all come on board and explain that.
So they send the malaria doing.
Hey, who is that? If you don't listen to our brother's question, you don't have science lab. You don't have science lab in your school. How do you do hands-on? I think that's the question.
Yes, Doc. Even some of the schools do not have electricity.
You don't even have electricity. How do you do hands-on?
How do you do that?
So the question is open to all of us. Let's discuss this. What do you also have to say regarding this question? Hello, let's hear you. According to our brother, you don't have electricity in your school or in the locality. You don't also have a laboratory in the school. How do you do hands-on?
Hello, Doc.
Hello, are you there? Yes, please.
Doc, I will talk about this in the laboratory.
Okay.
I think the laboratory deals with this in the or the experiment we use apparatus.
Okay.
So if there are no apparatus at the school, you can improvise.
Good.
Yes, so you can do that one to perform, or can use that one, or the student can use that one to perform an experiment to get hands-on experience.
Good.
On some of the science practicals or the science experiments.
That's good.
So I think that one too, you can also create a chef. You can create a chef day where you can put this in the apparatus day. So I think you can create that one, then you keep this in the apparatus on the chef. I think that can serve as a laboratory or small laboratory.
That's a very good input, a wonderful input from our brother. And that is true. You see, now we call a science corner in our classroom. We call a science corner. With a science corner, you create, either at the tail end, the corner, we have the four walls. Either at the back or in front, one of the corners, you put a table there. Then, like you said, you improvise. There is nothing like, I don't have laboratory, so I can't teach science in the village. If you come to my holy village, in those days there was no light. I used to go there almost every week. Almost every week. I passed there once. I remember at that time I was doing a program at UCC. So I will move every week, twice a week to Cape Coast from Kumasi. So what I was doing, I'll pass there. Then I introduce this, what you call the science corner. What you need to do is that you create a small portion in the classroom at the corner, at one of the corners, put a table there. Then when you put the table, you go in there and then begin to put all the things that you have gotten. That will help you to use them in teaching science. You put them there on the table. Then you cover it nicely. When the time comes for you to utilize them, you open it up, take them one after the other. You can even improvise some of the items that are used, especially like the laboratory equipment, test tubes. You can do that. Pipettes. Now, what can you use in improvising pipettes in your classroom? What can you use in doing that?
Straw.
Straw, good. You can use straw.
Sure.
You can also use syringe.
I can use syringe. Yes.
I'm not disputing what my sisters and my friend just said. Just recently, we were learning physical chemistry too. Even the doctor told us that the straw that we were using, the one that we were using our mouth to suck this chemical, is not advised. We shouldn't use that straw. That PCK, I'm sorry, the PCK, the physical chemistry too. He was introducing a certain type of what, the volumetric tools and the volumetric equipment to us. They told us that this straw, if you continue using it, you might end up letting somebody's child admitted at what hospital, or it can be a case whereby that person might even. So who is going to use his or her mouth to suck this chemical from the straw?
Okay, my brother, thank you for that. But let me see something here. In the holy villages, where do you even get the acids from? You don't have the acids. Where do you get the bases from? You don't have them. All these things are improvised. So when we are improvising, he didn't say, I don't think the lecturer at that time told you that it is not good to use straw. Probably he was talking about the reality. In reality, if you are using straw in sucking for acid or for a base, that is what he was discouraging us from. But he didn't, I don't think he meant that the straw cannot be used as an improvised material. When we, in our holy village, when we use those things, we don't have the real acid, but you can have something like fruit drinks. That's what we use to represent the acid, which of course is not dangerous in even drinking them. So that's what we are using to let them know that you can use this one in sucking, because you are teaching them that you can suck liquid using pipette. So how do you do that? Demonstrate for them to see. So I have my water in the beaker, or I have my water in the bottle. Then I use my straw. That's the way we use in sucking. But because in those years, when we have not having the suction pump, we were using our mouth in doing it. Okay, but we realized that because we're using the real acid and things, that was the danger. But this one, you are using it to represent or to show them how it is used. That's what we are talking about. Maybe you didn't understand the way your lecturer was explaining to you. He didn't discourage the use of straw, but he discouraged the use of straw on maybe sucking the actual acid and the actual basis. And that is where the problem is coming from. I hope you understand what I mean.
Yes, Doc.
Yes, Doc.
Yes,
Okay.
bro.
So let's look at some of the effective instructional strategies that can be used in the chemistry classroom. Effective instructional strategies. On the other hand, some of the instructional strategies that can be used effectively in our classroom. Let's mention some of them. Let's mention some of them. Some of the instructional strategies that can be used in our classroom. Yes, I want to see you people.
Discussion.
Discussion. Okay. Discussion is one of them. Discussion.
Demonstration.
Demonstration. Good. Demonstration. That's good.
Can talk of the role play.
Role play.
Yes.
Talk about debate.
Debate. Good. I want to hear as many as possible from you. Are you done? That's the only instructional strategy that you know. Okay, let's add to that. Let's add to that. You know, we have what we call cooperative learning. Have you ever heard of cooperative learning?
No, Doc.
Okay.
But I think that it may be group work or
Exactly. It's
okay.
part of the group work. That is
Okay.
working as groups. You cooperate. As the word say, cooperate with somebody. You work as a group. So we'll talk about it. Then we can also have group discussion. It's also one of the strategies that we can use. Sometimes you tell them, put yourself, maybe let's put ourselves into groups. Then let's discuss this. When you finish, come out with your findings. There must be a secretary, there must be this. That's it. Sometimes you tell your students independently, nobody should discuss anything. You know, on your own, write the importance of personal hygiene. Then everybody will be, writing themselves individually. This was not going to be discussion. After everything, what did you write? Ima, Philo, this, then everybody comes out with this. Then we have what we call portfolio development. I hope you have heard of portfolio. Building a portfolio. In your study, have you come across portfolio building? Hello, my people, are you there?
Yes,
In your
we have heard of it before.
You have heard of it before, yes.
Yeah.
Now, in your various, I hope you are almost all of you are in classroom working, isn't it?
Yes, most of us are teachers.
Yes.
Most of you are teachers. Good. You know, when you go for promotions, these days they talk about building your portfolio. The portfolio includes maybe all your exercises that you have done, assignments you have given to your children, your lesson plan, your some of the TLMs or teaching learning resources that you have. You put all these together, then you go and submit. Sometimes you may even have pictures, you can have drawings, you can have diagrams, a lot of things. You put them all together, then you present them. Then when you present them, they may ask you to explain how they are used. You explain how they are used, and then you use those things. Those are those things that have been gathered, all these things together are what we call the portfolio. So sometimes you let them develop portfolio. How do you develop portfolio with your students in the classroom? How do they develop their portfolio? From what I have just explained to you, how do you let your students develop their own portfolio? How do you do that? Think about this, and then give me just 2 minutes. Whilst you are thinking about how you can let your students develop portfolio. I'm giving you about 2 minutes so that I attend to my electricity because it's off. I have to put a light here. So think about it. I'm coming, please. Okay, burden of portfolio. How do you let your student build a portfolio? Yes, let me hear from you. How will you let your student build their portfolio?
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Please bear with the explanation given for us to let the students help us build portfolio. I think one thing I have to tell them is to set a clear goal to them. Let them have goals. Then the next one is to let them choose the type of portfolio. Select the type of portfolio they would like to go in for. I think from there we guide them as to what to do. Now, this kind of portfolio we want to do, is it about what we have learned? So if it is about what we have learned, what did we learn? How was it done? What are the new things I've learned from the lesson? And how best can I develop it better? So I think those are the ways by which we can help them build their portfolio. Hello? Hello?
Can you people hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
So the question was, how do you, apart from what our brother, brought out, how do you also help them to build a portfolio based on the way I explained the portfolio building to you or development to you? Now let me come in here. I explained to you that portfolio, what constitutes the portfolio building. So what you can do is that the students sometimes they can make some drawings, like they normally call art and craft. They do these things. Then sometimes you ask them draw this. They write, they do exercises, and when they do the exercise, they have their marks. Sometimes in the book, sometimes on paper, examinations that they do. All these, they put them together. They don't throw them away. Everything that they do, class exercise, class assignment, quizzes, class, what's the name? Class tests, and those things. They put all these things together. Sometimes they even do this. That's what you call it. They do this. They build cars, from empty cans. They do a lot of drawings. Sometimes they even, make some moldings. All these things constitute, they constitute what we call a portfolio development. Put all them together. Sometimes they write essays and other things. Then these things that they do, at the end of the day, they put all of them together, and then that also can contribute to their portfolio development. So like I told you about the cooperative learning, and I think one of you also made mention of cooperative may mean working in groups, and that one is true. So let's take them one after the other. Cooperative learning, it involves students working in small groups to complete a task or a project. In your classroom, do you normally do this?
Hello, Doc.
You give them tasks. Yes, please.
Doc, my question is, you were talking about building portfolio.
Okay.
So, and you said like when they draw, or when they do exercise, exams, and those kind of things, and then they put them together. So they will put them in what?
Okay. Normally, like you, the teachers, when you talk about that's professional development. During the PDS session, the professional development session that you do in your schools, you see, what you do is that you build, you yourself, you make a bag out of your own craft, your handiwork. You make a bag. That we use hard cardboard in building some of these. Normally, if you go to this technical school that you see them doing that, they can make their own bag out of the hard cardboards, and then inside it they put their T-square, they put their ruler, they put all these things inside. So they can even use polythene bag. These disposable bags and things, they can use them to recycle them and then come out with something that they can use in putting their things inside. Sometimes it's they have this cardboard that you use in drawing, making the teaching learning materials. Out of it, they can do that. They can even use this polythene bags. Their parents go to market, whatever thing that they buy these days is this polythene bag that we use. When they come, they just throw them away. They can put some of these things into the polythene bag, making sure that they keep them well. So that is some of these things they can put them in. They don't have to go and buy new bags and other things. They can build their own portfolio holders and then put them in. Are you okay with that?
Okay. So
Yes.
In this case, they can put them in a file.
Good. Paper file, rubber file, or whatever. Have you seen this bag we normally call clear bag?
Yes, the clear bag. Yeah.
Good. Yes. I have some students that I handle them. They are in the basic school. I have a school like that. In the candidates, what we do is that whatever exams that you do, especially when they get into the mock sessions for the candidates, mock examinations, they write, sometimes they may write about 4, 5, 6, even 10 different mocks. But you know, students, they finish writing, they throw them away because we are finished with mock 1. So they put it somewhere. Tomorrow after mock 2, ask them to bring the mock 1 documents, the papers, and them. They can't even find them. So what they do is that you get a clear bag. You finish with the mock 1. You know, after marking and discussion, you put your scripts and the paper, everything inside the mock, inside the clear bag. Mock 2 same, mock 3 same. So whilst you are in your home, in your own individual leisure time, learning period, you pick them from the bag and they begin to solve them as you have been discussed in the classroom. You begin to solve them. After solving, you pick the discussion script or maybe the math script, compare with what you have done and see whether you are still on the track, on the right path, or you couldn't do it. If you couldn't do it, then redo it. Because you have something that you can look on to see whether you did it well or not. So those things are all kept in the clear bag. So clear bag is an example of what is it? Portfolio holders. You can put them inside. Are we okay with that?
Yes, no.
So like I said, the cooperative electricity involves students working in small groups to complete a given project or task. And then the tasks are structured. You don't just ask them do anything. No, but you, the teacher, you control whatever thing that they are doing. So we say that whatever task you give to them is structured so that each group member contributes to the completion of the task. It's structured. So you can say that maybe you will be the secretary. You are going to, since we are going to draw maybe this, you are going to draw this part. Since we are discussing about the importance and then the significance or whatever of this, you should go and read about this. You, this person, should go and read about this. So when you come and discuss, you will present this, you will also present this will also present this. All these things are part of what we do as a in a cooperative learning group. You give tasks to each person, and then you know the succession or the success of the performance or the success of the project will depend upon the performance of each group. So success is based on the performance of the group. It is not based on individual students. So if at the end of the day, after the work, they are scoring out of 10, the group is scoring 5. That 5 is not a 5 for the individuals in 10, but it's for the entire group. So if you get 5, the entire group gets 5. So that's why we say the success of the group or the success of the task is based on the performance of the entire group rather than the performance of the individual students. Now the question is, what is the benefits? What is the benefit of cooperative learning? That is the question on the floor. What's the benefit of cooperative learning? The benefit of cooperative learning, please. Hello, people. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
So I think with the explanation, cooperative learning, the benefits, one will be everybody will be up and doing in attending to the task giving.
Okay, thank you. Yes, any other?
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
I think it fosters collaboration.
Please, we can't hear you.
I said it fosters collaboration.
Collaboration, okay.
Please.
Good. Any other? Do we have ladies in the class? It seems only 2 people are contributing. Oh. What about the others? Mr. Frimpong, Mr.
I think
Sami, these are the very people who are talking. The rest, I don't hear you. Asante, these are the few people.
Doc, I think
Yes.
it also helps to bridge the gap between individual differences. by making
Good.
the children
That's good.
talk to each other.
That's good. That's good. It build that gap. If I cannot draw, maybe I can do the painting, but I can't draw. So the one who cannot draw will be drawn by the one who can draw, and the one who cannot paint, the drawn object can be painted by. So that at the end of the day, we all come together. You don't see that maybe Kofi cannot do this. That is why I say that the performance is based. The success is based on the performance of the group. So you see that the thing has been done. So you don't see the one who couldn't do A or B, but they all came together and then did that. It also brings about cooperation, tolerance. It also brings about respect, because they are all together, they tolerate each other, they respect each other's view, and so many things we can talk about. So we have cooperative learning activities play an important role in increasing students' respect and understanding for each other's ability, interests, and their needs. It encourages students to take responsibility of their own learning. They do the thing themselves. So if the thing doesn't go on well, it's the responsibility of the students. If it goes on well, it's the responsibility of the students. So it encourages them to take responsibility of their own learning. So let's see how we can. Please check your the analysis. Asante, your hand is up. Asante, your hand is up. Samitu, your hand is up. Anything?
Yes, Doc.
Prof,
I
sorry.
wanted to add to the benefit before.
Okay, let's hear you.
It promotes active learning too as well.
Exactly, it promotes active learning. Everybody wants to do something. Everybody wants to do something. It promotes active learning. That's good. Thank you, my brother. Anybody who wants to add? Okay, so that's about it. Now let's see the guidelines for effective cooperative learning. We don't say, because we are saying that we want to create let's say cooperative groups. We do anything anyhow. First of all, the group must be small. Keep groups small. 2 to 5 members is the best. 2 to 5 members is the best. So the larger the group, the more skillful group members must be. And then when you are keeping the group small, you have to also create diverse groups. Why do we have to create diverse groups? Why do we have to create diverse groups? When we talk of diverse groups, we mean those with differences. So many, you don't have to say that, oh, they are all of them are good. We have the brilliant groups are here, and then these are the less brilliant. These are the average students. You say we should create diverse. That means mix them. When you mix them, it allows everyone to learn from the other's differences. That is what they need to do that. And then also, we need to structure the group in such a way that success will depend on each group member being responsible for some part of the task. So at the end of the day, because everybody is doing something, the success of the group, or maybe the success of whatever they have done, will depend upon each member's their responsibility. Whatever each member did, that has brought the group to that far. That has brought the project to that far. It shouldn't be that only the brilliant ones are talking. In some groups, those who are good will normally take over everything. They are taking over, but it shouldn't be like that. Group them very well. Initially, group students and assign roles to each of the groups. It's very important that when you are the teacher, you are the facilitator, you are their guardian, you are their their role model. Everything they are doing, you are taking care of that. So make sure that you assign groups duties to each of them. Assign roles to each of them. Somebody should be the secretary. Somebody should be the let's say the porter. Somebody should, put all the things together. Somebody at the end, the one who is going to present is this, so that each person knows his or her role in the group. And then sometimes you need to also teach them the basic routines for the class management. You see, let them know the rules in the class or in the group. The basic routines of the classroom management should be there. Forming groups quickly and quietly, maintaining appropriate noise level, inviting others to join group, treating all students with respect and helping or encouraging peers. All these things are basic classroom rules, and it must be part of whatever thing that you have created. You see, then you as a teacher, you have to monitor the behavioral expectations, their behavior. You see, you go through them, you use proximity and friendly reminders. You sit and then watch a group for a while. Sometimes certain things do happen. Then you as a teacher, you go around and then talking to them. You don't just sit down and then leave them because they are doing the work. You ensure that students are aware of their roles and responsibility. And then at the end, sometimes you need to post a list of the roles or give students cards describing specific roles. It's not always that you use your mouth. Sometimes you have to write it on card and give to them. Take this. The person picks it and he realizes that he is the secretary. She is the treasurer. She is this. She is the one who is supposed to direct discussions and other things. Don't forget that students need opportunity to practice these skills and receive feedback and reinforcement. And whatever thing you are doing to your students, please take note of this. Allow students time to evaluate the cooperative learning process, both individually and as a group. Whatever thing that you are doing, please let them also evaluate themselves. It's not only you who will be telling them, do this, you didn't do what you did. Sometimes ask them, per the performance, per the project that you produce, per this craft they have made, per this drawings you have made, how do you assess it? Let them also be assessors, not you alone as a teacher. There is what we call think, pair, and share. I think this one you have heard of it before. Think, pair, and share. Think, pair, share. Have you?
Yes.
Yes, Doc. Yes.
How is it like? Think, pair, and share. How is it like? By the way, do you have some of our female students here?
Hello, yes, Doc. We are here.
Let's hear you. We haven't heard your voices. Let's hear you too. Think,
Okay.
pair, share.
Okay, Doc. Please, when we talk of think, pair, share, so first, when you pose the scenario or whatever problem, the learner will think about it. Then whatever answer we'll discuss with the friend. So that is they will share. So that is it. So both of pair means like two learners or more. So in a group, you pose a scenario or a question for them. They will think about it. Then they share within themselves. Maybe someone will say this, the other will. Then before they finally arrive on one answer, and then maybe give it to you. That's my
Exactly.
idea about it.
Exactly. You see, you have all these, but you are not talking. Okay? You have to also be part of the class, please. That is it. So you, the teacher, will pose the topic. Then let the students think individually. Then after that, let's pair and then rethink about it. Then after everything, they share. They share to the entire class. So the first thing is that you pose the topic. The second thing is that individually they will be thinking about it. Then after thinking about it, you let them to come together in pairs, two or whatever. Let them come. Then after everything, then you call them Now let's hear what you have. And they share with the entire class. That is think, pair, share. That's a very good thing. Good. I think it's a very good strategy that we can do. So what is the relevance of think, pair, share? What is the relevance of it? It's a question. What is the relevant importance of think, pair, share in your classroom? The relevance of think, pair, share in our classroom.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Please, I believe it gives it encourages group or cooperative learning. It encourages cooperative learning to the
Okay.
class.
So there's cooperation among them. It enhances
Yes, Doc.
cooperation among them. Thank you. Is there any other?
Yes, Doc. Doc,
Apart
it
from
also
enhancing cooperation.
yes, Doc. It also allows every individual to be part of the activity going on, because every individual has
Good.
to think and then come up with something before they pay.
Exactly. So it enhances the individual thinking on their own, reasoning before bringing something out. Any other? Any other?
Doc, I think it also helps the students to value each other's view.
Exactly. You value each other's view. Oh, what you said is reasonable. Oh, that's good. So I'm not the only holder of knowledge. I'm not the only wise person here. So Kofi's own is good. Ahmed's own is good. So they value each other's view. Good. Yes. Any other? Any other, please? My ladies, are you there? I'm so much concerned about your. I don't hear from you. As if we've put you under the carpet. Come out, please. Relevance of think, pair, share. We have 20, let me say about 20 people in the class. 20 people in the class. And these 20 people, I'm not seeing you. Are you people there? Lizzie? Lisbeth, are you there? Pokia? Pokia, are you there? You see, Pokia is representing, but she's cooking.
Doc, please, I am here. I'm not feeling all that fine. That's why I'm.
Oh, sorry for that.
Yes, I have
Sorry.
some cold. Please, I beg.
Oh, sorry.
I'm listening to you. Thank you, Doc.
Dilali, are you there? Francis Osu, are you there?
Doc,
Prof, it's
I'm
raining
here.
here.
Doc,
Hello.
I'm here.
Yes.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, it's raining here, so I barely hear you. I'm hearing small.
Okay.
Asante Delali.
Okay. Right. Gloria, are you there?
Yes, please, I'm there.
Let's hear you. The essence of or the importance of think, pair, share. Let's hear your voice at least.
No, it looks like they've said everything that I'd wanted to
Hey,
say.
a lot of things you are there. Okay. Patience, are you there? Patience. Priscilla.
Yes,
Priscilla, are
Doc.
you there? Let's hear you.
Yeah. Oh, Doc.
Hey, your children are laughing at you.
Yes, so
Mommy is struggling here. Mommy is struggling. Don't worry. It is well. Okay, that's okay. I think we can continue. Don't worry. Don't mind me. Right. Okay. Let's see the importance. Like we have all said, it's is a cooperative learning strategy that provides opportunity for students to participate. One, to learn from each other, to make connections, to respect each people's view, and then to also be part of. That is the participation. That's about that. Okay. When we are forming groups, cooperative groups, there are many strategies to choose from when forming cooperative learning groups. One, using a variety of strategies ensures that students have opportunities to work with different group members throughout the year. Sometimes it is not always that sometimes in our classroom, what we normally do is that the groups are already there. So anything we are doing, okay, group one, you are already there, you are going to do this. So from term 1 to term 3, the groups are already there. But you can have it in such a way that today, maybe the first or the second week that you are doing the activity, the group 1 is there, group 2 is there, group. Then another time you reshuffle them. You take part of the group 1, take part of group 2, and then mix them. And then that is how it's supposed to be. Don't keep one group forever. If you keep one group forever, then it's going to be a problem. Make sure that you change, you keep on, giving different roles, different groups throughout the year. And then the group roles, you said that each person should have a role to play. You don't just maybe form the group and then leave them. If you do that, somebody will, one person will just hijack the group because that person thinks she's the brilliant among them. He's always hijacking the group. Everything he is doing it or she is doing it, but it shouldn't be. You have to also make sure that you give a role, and the role will depend on this. Before assigning the roles, review the task and determine what roles are necessary for the group to be successful. Somebody can checker. The checker ensures that everyone understands the work in the progress. Then you must have timekeeper. You can have questioner. You can have recorder. You can have reporter. You can have somebody. That some people can encourage a lot of people in the group. In the given group, you may have somebody who is always encouraging others to take part. That's also another. Then we have another one who is also, in a way, who can take good care of materials that are being used for the activities. So that one, you can get material managers. Then you can have somebody who is an observer. After everything, the person goes through all the checklists to ensure that everything is there. All these things are there. So there is one thing that we normally have, one controversial thing in cooperative learning. That is whether or not to assign group achievement score. Sometimes you have to, you say, oh, okay, this group you have 10. This group you have A. This group you have this. So is it a good thing to do? Hello? Is it a good thing to assign scores to the groups at the end? That's the achievement scores. If it is good, why? If it is not good, why? Let's hear you.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
Doc, it is good.
It is good. Reason why
Yes.
it is good.
So the reason why you have to assign this in scores to the groups is that it's like the students, I think say the students, they are somehow. So if you assign the scores to the listen to the
What do you mean by they are somehow?
it's like maybe we give them the cooperative, or we give them group work for them to go and do it and come and present their findings in class. So if you assign them, or if you give them scores, that one they will take the group work serious. They will take it serious.
Okay.
Yes, they will take it serious. But if you didn't give them scores, even some of them will even ignore. They will not do it. They will not do it. But if you give them scores, yes, they will see that, oh, then this one is serious. So all of them will participate.
Okay, that's also another thing you can say. Any other? Is it good? Yes, please.
Okay. I raised my hand up. Please, can I speak?
Oh, please speak.
Okay. So it is good because it encourages maximum participation of each and everyone in the group.
Okay.
Again,
Because of maximum
again,
participation.
yes, again, um, it also encourages, it controls the group in the sense that since they know that you are apportioning marks to them or scores to them, they tend not to misbehave in the group.
Okay.
It
Okay.
also
Okay.
controls them.
Okay. That's good. Let's look at the other side of it. The other side of it. That is the no aspect of it. The no aspect because of the following reason. Group score convey wrong messages. How do you explain this? Group score is convey wrong messages.
Doc, I think
Yes.
with that one, I side with it because mostly it is ideally we are supposed to group them according to their individual difference so that maybe they will learn from each other. But it turned out to be that the brilliant one end up contributing much more than the other ones. So as a result, maybe an individual projects the group instead of the whole group idea. It will end up that one person will contribution will be taken by the whole group, and that means the others are sidelined. So in
That's
reality,
one.
if you want to compare them, you realize that actually there are some that do not understand the thing that they have produced.
But they have
So
the score.
yes, please.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Last person to talk about that.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
Please, I want to say something based on what my brother just said.
Say something. Okay.
Yes, what I know of is when we are creating the groups, we don't put the brilliant ones in one group and maybe the less brilliant ones in another group. We mix them.
Okay.
So in each group, you get the brilliant ones with those that are not that very good.
Okay.
What I understand with the conveying the wrong message, it will look like let's say group 1 had 8, group 2 had 6, group
Okay.
3 had maybe 4. Sending the wrong message means that the learners in the class will perceive the group 3 group not to be good.
Sure.
They will see themselves to be better than those in group 3 because of the
Okay.
scores given to them. So
Okay.
I think that is the
Okay.
explanation to, yes, conveying the
That, that's a very good thing. So you see, you also explain from different angle. So all these things are meaningful. Okay, let's listen to the second one. It is not because of this. Group score violates individual accountability. If individual students find ways to manipulate situation to their advantage, and that is what the first presenter or the first one who made the input was talking about. You see, the individual students find ways to manipulate situation to their advantage. Say, I was very good. Because since I brought it, see, now I've made it. So the score is for me. It's as a result of my inputs and other things. And then somebody too may say, hey, you didn't do anything. So that one also brings anything. No, so they are also part of it. And then listen to this one. Group achievement scores are responsible for parents, teachers, and students' resistance to cooperative learning. Is it true? Group achievement scores are responsible for parents, teachers, and student resistance to cooperative learning. That is because of group scores or group achievement scores. Parents do not want their children to join cooperative learning groups. Teachers do not. Students themselves, they are bringing they are resistant those no, I won't join. I won't join this group. I won't join this group because these groups they are always scoring low. This person is not good, so I won't join because I'll score low. This person is good, so I prefer this one. I don't prefer A. I prefer B. Does it happen in our classrooms?
Yes,
When we are
doc.
giving,
Yes,
Yes, doc.
when we
it
are
happens.
sharing
It
group.
happens. It happens
Yes,
a
it
lot.
happens.
Some of, especially the brilliant students, they don't want to
Uh-huh.
be paired with the very weak ones. As the weak ones
Uh-huh.
are looking to be paired with very brilliant students, the brilliant students feel like the weak ones are not very good for them, like they are not going to contribute much, they don't want to. And then sometimes we the teachers also feel like we don't want to, we don't support the idea, even though we do it. Sometimes we feel like some of these lazy students will hide behind the very brilliant ones and really not do so much, but earn whatever they are earning, and so it will contribute to laziness and all of that. But of course, with whatever we have talked about, if there is serious monitoring, I think the one from the teachers where we feel like some will hide behind this and will be catered for, so that that will not happen. But then, yes, that statement is really true, Doc.
Okay. Is there anybody who has also gotten some experience regarding the resistance to cooperative learning as a result of those course? Hello? Are you people around?
Yes, please. We are right. Yeah.
Yes, doc.
My question is, have somebody also gotten experience regarding why students are not or teachers are resistant to cooperative learning groups as a result of group scores, like our brother is saying?
Hello,
Okay.
Doc.
Yes, please.
Not not really. Not really because of how I do mine.
Okay.
Yes. Usually I appoint the weaker ones to be the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yes, when the question is given, the weaker ones take up the responsibilities. They become the leaders and then the secretary. So they
Okay.
also so they also contribute. So it is not seen as the brilliant ones are the only people contributing. So when it happens that way, since you the weaker one, you are a leader, you are also forced to contribute, to make a contribution to whatever topic has been given to you in the group. So
Okay.
I don't really encounter the
Such
resistance
problem.
yes,
Okay.
from my learners that much.
That's good. That's good. So we are all learning from that. Now listen to this one. Rather than awarding group achievement scores, provide feedback in written form on students' cooperation learning. Students will work hard if they know in advance that such feedback will occur. Ask students to set their own goals and use self-assessment to promote learning and improve social skills. So my question is, what are some of the feedback, the written feedback that you can give to such activity or such group, cooperative learning groups? What are some of the feedback instead of maybe 10, 20, 15 for people to laugh, people to accept those things? What are some of the things you can do? What are some of the things that you can do?
So you can write a very good attempt. Keep it up.
Uh-huh.
Yes, very good. Keep it up. When you
Okay.
write this, it gives them the motivation that, oh, at least what we wrote, we wrote something sensible, and the
Okay.
facilitator is telling us we have done something good, so we should keep it up. When it happens that way, the next time they will put in more effort to get better remarks from the teacher.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good. That's also one thing that you can use to do that. Good. And then the last, the next point here, that students are to set their own goals and use self-assessment to promote learning and improve social skills. What do you also talk about that? What do you say to that? Rather than awarding marks, let them set their own goals and then let them assess their own selves to improve learning and then their social skills. Uh-huh.
Okay, Doc.
Yes.
We can say that when they are done with their work, you
Uh-huh.
invite each group to make a presentation.
Okay.
So during the presentation, you
Uh-huh.
discuss a presentation made by every group. So if I am in group 1 and
Okay.
group 1 we make our presentation, group 2 is also making its presentation. We will compare it with what we have done, and then based on that, we will identify where we fell short, and then our weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
our strengths, and then based on that, we will build upon it.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. I think our sister has said a lot about this, and then we are glad. So let them set their, appropriately, let them set their own, what is it? Their own rules. Let them set their own rules. So based on what they have set, their own, they will assess themselves, and then as a result of that, they can say, "Oh, we did well. We didn't do well. We did that. We didn't do that." So these are some of the things that we can talk about, so that at the end of the day, you see the issue of say we will not come, say Yeraho will not come. Oh, so all the things we did, we couldn't make any headway. Oh, next time we shan't do that. Those things will not happen. Then they know, okay, we set this group, we're able to achieve the target. We couldn't achieve. If we couldn't achieve, then tomorrow we'll do it this way. I think that is one thing that we need to also look at. Good. Now, I want you to read. Please write this one down. I think you can see from the screen. Can you?
Doc, we can see.
Please write that one down. Read and report on using jigsaw teaching and learning approaches in teaching chemistry. Are you true? Are you true? Are you true? My people, are you there?
Yes, yes, Doc. Please,
Have you written it
we've
down?
done. Yes,
So
please.
you are going to read on this and then you report. So this one is going to be in the same form. That is it's unfortunate I don't have your list with me. I'll request for your list. I'll request for your list very soon. So you're going to present this one, but it's going to be on individual basis. It shouldn't be more than, please listen, it shouldn't be more than 5 sentences, five lines of whatever. It shouldn't be more than that. time Roma. It's got Times New Roman. Times New Roman, then it's 12. The font size should be 12. Times New Roman, and the font size should be 12. So you're going to present this, and then you send it to me as your first assignment. And it will be scored, please. Take note of that, it will be scored. So that is the first assignment. So let's see how we can teach acid, base, and salt. Acid and bases. Are you there?
Yes, Doc.
Acid and
Yes, we are
bases.
here.
You know, acid and bases, they are familiar as aspirin and milk of magnesia. Although many people do not know their chemical names. Acids. Have you heard of aspirin? The medicine aspirin.
Yes, Doc.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you know about aspirin regarding those with complications and things? What can you tell me about aspirin, and what can you tell me about milk of magnesia?
Doc, I know some people use aspirin as painkillers and all of that. So they talk about like whenever they have some pain, headache, something, they'll be like, get some aspirin. But I see that a lot in movies.
Okay, that's what you know about it. Any other? The class is about 3 people. 2 gentlemen. Yes, please. Let's hear you.
So I'll talk about the milk of magnesia. That one, I know that it is taken to neutralize acid in the stomach.
Come again.
There is the magnesium hydroxide. That one, if you are suffering from constipation, you can take that one to neutralize the acid content in the stomach.
Hey, it's not constipation. No. It's not constipation.
That's why I'm asking him whether he's talking about constipation.
When you are suffering from acid reflux, you take
Yes,
acid reflux. Yes, acid reflux. Yes, then that one you take the milk of magnesia. So that is about that. Okay, right. So let's talk about. We want to look at the concept of acid and bases on the basis of Arrhenius. So Arrhenius concept of acid and base. Arrhenius concept of acid and base. We have Arrhenius, we have Louise. I think you remember these things when you were in college or you were in the. Do you remember?
Yeah, then we have Bronsted Lorry.
Bronsted Lorry. Arrhenius, Louise, and other things. That's exactly what we are going to do. Make sure you mute yourself when you are not on the floor. Arrhenius defines acid as any substance that are able to produce hydrogen ions in solution. So if you have water, and when water ionizes in solution, what are the products? Ionization of water. What are the products?
H plus and OH minus.
H plus and then OH minus. That is hydrogen ions and the hydroxyl ions. Good. So the moment you're able to produce hydrogen ions in the solution, then we can say that substance, water, is considered an acid according to Arrhenius. And then if a substance is able to ionize in water to produce hydroxide ions, then we say, according to Arrhenius, then that substance is also considered a base. So the question is, when water ionizes in what that is ionizes, you can also have a OH being formed. So according to Arrhenius, water can act as both acid and a base. These definitions were used to classify substances whose properties in aqueous solutions were well known. So it's not any other substance, but for instance, water ionizes on its own to produce the H plus and the OH. So water can be seen as an acid. Water can be seen as a base. So those substances were known. That is what we use. Arrhenius used to classify them as acid and bases. So, but we want to look at the properties of these, and then out of that we will draw something from it. So let's look at the properties according to Arrhenius. Properties of acid. Let's go back to our secondary school days. Let's mention some of them. Properties of acids.
Doc, acid turns wet blue, litmus paper red.
Okay, wet or moist blue litmus paper red. That's good. Any other? Go back to your secondary school class.
Acids are corrosive.
They are corrosive.
Corrosive when concentrated, Doc.
I can't hear you, please.
So I added to what he said. Corrosive when concentrated.
When concentrated. Good. Okay, that's good. Any other?
Acid dissociate to produce proton or hydrogen ion.
Okay, in aqueous solution.
Yes,
That is the same on its own. It associates in aqueous solution to produce that. Good. Any other? Go back.
Okay,
to
done.
Yes.
Okay. Acids have pH less than 7.
Less than 7. Good. So now everybody is going back to secondary school age. You did all this. So that's about that. They have sour taste. They change this. Let's say cause color changes in plant dyes. They change the color of litmus from blue to red when it's moist. And then they react with certain metals to produce hydrogen gas. For instance, ACl plus magnesium will give magnesium chloride and the hydrogen gas. That is about the acid that we know. Okay.
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Oh, Doc. Do acids react with semi-metals?
Come again.
Do acids react with
Is
semi-metals?
it a question?
Yes, Doc.
Then ask your question over. Ask them, please.
I said do acids react with semi-metals? Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Samuel, please mute yourself.
Somebody's on the line.
Doc, I'm saying that do acids react with semi-metals?
Do acids react with what?
Semi-metals or metalloids?
React with metalloids. Yes. One thing is that the metalloids or semi-metals, they have properties of both metals and non-metals. Okay, and their reactions with acid vary. They vary depending on the specific element and the acid that you specific element and the specific acid you are using. So the typical rule that metals react with acid to produce hydrogen and then salt does not always apply to metalloids. What I'm saying is that You know, metalloids, they are both metals and non-metal properties.
Okay.
And you know, and then we are saying that the reactions of acids, the reactions with acids, they also vary depending upon the specific elements and the acids you are using. And therefore, we will say that the rule that we can say is that metals react with acid to produce hydrogen gas, and salt does not always apply, does not always, the word is always, does not apply, always apply to metalloids, because like you said, depend upon the type of acid and the type of metal you are using. You can't say that all metalloids will react with acids, but some may, depend upon the type of metals that we are talking about. So in the nutshell, we'll say that it's not always the case that acid will react with metalloids, because the metalloids, don't forget that maybe acids, they can react with the as metals and non-metals. So if it's a non-metal, it means that metalloids cannot react with the acid to produce the gas. If it's a metal, then it may. So in other words, we'll say that depend upon the type of metal that the metalloid is made up of before you can conclude. I don't know whether I've made myself clear.
Okay. Doc, so let's look at this in silicon and hydrochloric acid. Silicon and hydrochloric acid. So if you put these substances together, will this reaction occur?
So the first question is silicon a metal or non-metal?
Silicon is metalloid.
It's a metalloid. Good. So since it's a metalloid, then what kind of acid are we using? Because I made mention of something. Listen to what I said. I said metalloids can have both properties of metal and the non-metal. And their reaction, I said their reaction with acid will vary depending on the specific element and the acid being used. So let me say, I may even say that it's a rule. The rule that metals react with acid to produce hydrogen gas, and so does not always apply to metalloid. Does not always apply to a metalloid. So if it does not always apply to a metalloid, then it means that it's not all metalloids that can. So silicon, you have to look at the acid that it is reacting with before you can say whether it will produce the gas or it will not. So until we sit down and then talk about the kind of acid we are using, it will be very difficult for me to say that it will produce or it will not produce. So for now, that will be the answer I can give. I don't know whether I'm making.
Okay, Doc. Okay.
Right. So I think I will continue from here. Is it acids react with bicarbonates and carbonates to produce carbon dioxide gas? Anytime you are, let's say, sodium bicarbonate or sodium carbonate, you may have the product as the chloride salt of the metal, water, and the carbon dioxide. Aqueous solution of acid, all these things you did them when you were in the lower class, the secondary school. They know aqueous solution of acid conduct electricity. On the other hand, acidic solutions conduct electricity in aqueous form. So if it's solid form, it will not conduct. Are you okay with that? Just remember your secondary school basic chemistry.
Yes, Doc.
Yes. Yes,
please. Back then, these properties we are talking about, we were made to group them, or like even currently in some textbooks, we group them according to physical properties and chemical properties. Are we supposed to, so in this course, are we supposed to group them that way, or we are to look at it generally as properties of acids?
Generally as we have here.
Okay, Doc.
Generally as we have here, yes. Now let's look at the properties of bases. The opposite of this. Let's hear them. Produce them.
Doc, bases react with acids in a neutralization reaction to form salt and water only.
Okay, so in this case, you can. Yes, please.
Acids, they have bitter taste. Bases.
No, we are not talking of acids, so please, we are talking of bases.
I mean, bases have bitter taste.
You say
base.
Okay. Any other? Any other? My ladies, come on board.
Hello,
bases have slippery feel.
Yes, please. Hey, let my ladies speak, please. Let my ladies speak. After that, we come. Because we want to hear their voices. They are not well. Some of them are not well.
Yes. So, Doc, please. Bases, concentrated bases are corrosive.
Yeah,
and
corrosive.
Also, they turn wet red litmus paper blue.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You know, whenever they talk, you can see that they have a lot of things in mind, but they don't want to bring them out. Okay, that's good. Right. So, like you said, they have bitter taste. They feel sleepy. You know, they feel sleepy in between their fingers. And then they can cause changes in plant dyes. Like he said, litmus paper from red to blue, the moist one. And then the aqueous one also conduct electricity. That's the strong basis, they conduct that. According to Arrhenius. Now, according to BL, Brunson-Lowry, concept of acid and bases. Arrhenius' definition of acid and base are limited in that they apply only to aqueous solutions. If you remember when we were talking about it, we said that in their aqueous form, in their molten form, in their wet. So broader definitions were proposed by Brunson-Lowry. Where Brunson-Lowry acid is a proton donor, and then the base is the opposite of that. That is the proton acceptor, according to that. Hydraulic acid is a Brunson-Lowry acid because it donates proton in water. On the other hand, you see, if you look at this, it's saying something about the Arrhenius, because Arrhenius said that acid produce proton in aqueous solution. Proton, that's hydrogen ion in aqueous solution. And then Brunson-Lowry is also saying same that HCl, that hydrochloric is a Brunson-Lowry acid because it donates. So while this one is talking about donating the proton, the other one is talking about what? Producing the H plus. So that's about that. So it's a very small charge that we have on that. Consequently, the proton exists in the hydrated form. When we say it exists in hydrated form, what do we mean? Hello?
Look, more like surrounded by water.
That is about that. So what we are saying is that when you ionize HCl in aqueous solution, that's in water, the water itself will be ionized. Do you agree? The water itself will be ionized to produce the H plus, and then the HCl will ionize to produce the H plus, and the H plus will be added to the water to make the H3O. That is already we have H2, and then there's another H plus that is coming in, making the H3. So H3 plus. What name do we give to the H3O plus?
Hydrozonium ion.
Hydrozonium ion. That's it. So that's what we have. Hydrozonium ion. Or hydronium ion. So that's about that. So equation of Brunson-Lowry acid, HCl donates a proton to the base. That is what we have over here. We have shown that one here. And then experimentally, the hydrozonium ion is further hydrated so that the proton may have several water molecules associated with it. So, like we said, it is always found in hydrated form, that is in water, like surrounded by water. So experimentally, that's how you see the H3O plus will further hydrated. That's more water will be surrounded, and then you may have several water molecules associated with it. Because the acid property of the proton are unaffected by the degree of the hydration. So generally, the H plus aqueous to represent the hydrated proton. That's how they write it already, and it's donated by convenient by the H3O plus. And you know this thing, like you said, you did that in secondary, whatever. So we are not going to waste my time on this. But let me talk about protic acid. You may hear monoprotic, diprotic. You hear monoprotic. You may also hear diprotic acid. So and then we have also triprotic. Now, mono means what?
One.
One.
One. Di means what?
Two.
Two.
Huh?
Two.
That is two.
That is what? And then tri is what? So we have mono. So as the name implies, when we talk of monoprotic acid, we mean acid where each unit of the acid yield one hydrogen ion upon ionization. That means it's an acid that produces one hydrogen ion upon ionization. So that acid will be considered a monoprotic acid. Monoprotic acid. That means when you ionize it, you get only one hydrogen ion in the solution. You get only one hydrogen. And then,
Doc.
Yes, please.
So please, in that case, can it also be said this way, like maybe it's an acid that has only one replaceable hydrogen ion? Does that also work?
Exactly. One replaceable
Okay,
hydrogen ion in aqueous solution. Exactly. That's about that. So all the weak acids, they are monoprotic. Like ethanoic acid, propanoic acid, and all these ions, they have all these acid, they have one replaceable hydrogen atom, and in aqueous solution, it produces that one, or it brings about that one. So, and then the two is monoprotic, like diprotic, sorry, like H2SO4, H2SO4. Like this, we have monoprotic and then diprotic, sorry. So over here, you may have it. So the first one, mono will be produced. Then the second one, another mono will be produced. So at the end of the day, after first and second ionization, we get two being produced. And that is what we call, the first one will be a monoprotic. Then the second one, the second ionization will produce or remove the second hydrogen, making it a complete one. So at the end of the day, if you are writing here, there will be two. This one, there will be two here. Have you seen the red highlighted one, hydrogen? There will be two here because the second ionization will produce the two. So H, since it's able to become complete ionization, the first ionization is not complete. The second will be, and therefore it is called diprotic. And then the triprotic, that one too is there. We have three, like A3PO4. All the three will be produced or will be yielded. And then at the end of the day, we have your acid being produced or the H plus being produced. That is about it. The three species are found in aqueous solution of phosphate, such as Na, H2PO4, NaHPO4. Sodium hydroxide and barium hydroxide are strong electrolytes. By the way, what is electrolytes?
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
Electrolytes are liquid that conduct electricity.
Come again. Your line was breaking.
They conduct electricity.
Just like that. They conduct it in their molten form.
Yes.
Are you okay? If it is in solid form,
yes, Doc.
it will not. It will not. But in the
Doc,
solid
does it also include aqueous state or?
aqueous state, that's the molten form you are talking about. Aqueous state. There is something I want you to look at it. Demonstrate why ammonia is classified as a Bronsted-Lowry base. That's a question. Why is ammonia considered Bronsted-Lowry base? Please, 1 minute. That is the question. Think about it. Why is ammonia considered a Bronsted-Lowry base? Think about it. I have 1 minute.
Hello, Doc.
No, think about it. All of you, think about it. So just think, share. Think, share. So think about it.
No, okay.
I want all of you.
I want to give the answer.
Including my ladies too. All of you, think about it. Explain why ammonia is classified as Bronsted-Lowry base. Before you can explain, you have to understand or you have to know what Bronsted-Lowry base is about. Okay, now the floor is open.
Doc, please.
Yes, please.
Ammonia is considered a Bronsted-Lowry base because Bronsted-Lowry said a base is a proton acceptor. And so ammonia is able to accept a proton to form NH plus. And so because of that, NH4 plus, NH4 plus, NH4 plus, NH4 plus. And so because of that, because of its ability to accept the proton, it qualifies as a Bronsted-Lowry base.
Okay, thank you. That's good. Any other? Any other? Do you have different thing after this? And I think that is exactly that. So this is the nature. This is what you'll be answering. Some of these things that you'll be answering. So please take note of that. Why is this considered that? And then you don't have to write plenty. Just something few to demonstrate why it is good. It's a very good thing that you have done. Okay. Now let's look at the neutralization reaction. Acid-base neutralization reaction. Going back to your secondary school time, when we're looking at acid, bases, and salts, we made mention of neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. before I go on, let me revisit the platform and see those who are there. 20 people are here, and let's say 19 people are there. This you still in the class, or some of you have left. Okay. I believe let me ask you people, probably you may tell me. How many of you are in the class? How many of you? How many are you? Sorry. How many are you? Who is in charge? Who is the class rep?
Doc, please, I'm here.
Seth. Okay.
Yes, please.
Seth, how many are you?
We are from different centers, but I guess we are around 30.
Around 30, yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
30. And only about 20 are here. Only about 20 are here. And then some leave and then they come. I think it maybe the network.
Yeah, maybe the network problem.
Yeah, because I'm seeing that others come and then they leave. Come leave. Maybe the network problem. But this is just a passing by. Try and then encourage yourself. Try and encourage yourself that they should be present. Sometimes you may even come, but even if you come late, it's better than not coming at all. Those who join late, I think they have gotten something. So at the end, if the recording is also put there, but our sister can also have access to them and then read. So please encourage them, encourage all of them to come. And this one goes to all of you, not only said, all of you do encourage yourself that they should come. Sometimes it's not easy, I know, but do your best. Yes, Kasim, you have something to say? Okay, right. Yes.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, please.
And I believe,
Marcus.
at the end of the day, you are going to put the slide on our platform for us.
Oh,
too.
yes, I'll give it to you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I'll give everything to you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give you the full slide. You don't have any problem.
Hello, Doc.
But what I mean is that encourage your friends to also come in. Encourage them to come. Because if they don't come, I don't know, it may affect them. Encourage them. Alakuba, let the person make your.
It's not easy. People are doing others.
Well, people are calling mom, others are calling Allah.
Right. Okay. Where the thing has gotten to, Allah must come in. Right. Okay, now let's continue. So we're talking about neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. What do you understand by neutralization reaction?
Hello, Doc.
Hello,
Doc.
What do you understand by neutralization reaction? Yes, please.
Yes. When we say
neutralization reaction, Maxwell on the line?
It's me,
Samuel. Okay, Sammy.
Yes. When we say neutralization reaction, simply a reaction between acid and base to form salt and water only.
Okay. Okay, that's it. To form salt and water only. Okay, right. And that's exactly the case. So neutralization reaction is a reaction between an acid and a base. That's acid-base reaction. Acid-base reaction to produce salt, water and salt only. And this one, is an ionic compound. So, for instance, you may have hydrogen cyanide plus sodium hydroxide to produce sodium cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide with the salt and the water. So please try to get a lot of these examples. Try to get a lot of these examples on how the kind of acid and the kind of bases you can use in forming this reaction, because it's very, very important.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sir.
So, Doc, is hydrogen cyanide an acid?
It's an acid.
So is it strong or weak?
This one is a strong acid.
Okay.
So it's reacting with a strong base, which is sodium hydroxide, to produce sodium cyanide and then water. Very important.
Doc,
Yes,
please,
sir.
some books put it this way, that strong acids are H2SO4, HNO3, and then the hydrogen combining with the halogens, except fluorine. So when hydrogen combines with the halogens, except when it combines with fluorine, all those things like hydrogen chloride, hydrogen with bromine, iodine, they are all strong. H2SO4 is strong. Then HNO3 is also strong, and that the rest are weak acids. Some books put it that way. Is it wrong? Because then they don't consider cyanide. So that's what I'm asking.
Okay. I'll say that whenever you are reading some of these, don't just pick them by, let's say, just a portion. You need to read why A, B, C is a strong thing, and then D, W, whatever is a weak thing. You need to consider them like that. Sometimes, if you take them, let's say, outside context, you may not get them well. Take them in context. The reference around which whatever thing is being said will let you understand it better. I'm not disputing that fact that they are or they are not. But what I mean is that when you are reading, don't just pick just phrases. Pick everything in bulk. Look at the type of reaction. Look at the type of reaction that is taking place and the type of, let me say, comment or whatever that is coming out of it. That is what I'll plead with all of us. That not only for chemistry, whatever thing you are reading, pick them out of context. So on the other hand, don't take the lexical meaning. Pick the contextual meaning. Very, very important, and that will help you to understand most of these things. Because you can't memorize some of these things individually in your mind. You can't memorize them just off head. You need to understand why A is that and why B is that. Okay.
Yes, Doc.
Thank you.
Hello,
so
Doc.
That is, yes, please.
Doc, please, the chemical equation there, the first one, the reaction was between hydrogen ion and hydrogel. But at the end of the day, for the product side, we only had water without salt. Is that one also classified as a neutralization reaction?
It's because they are using the H plus and then the OH minus. The formation will be the salt. The formation will be the water. And then the second part, okay, the second part, what is happening there? If you are use Cn minus and then the Na plus, that one will also give you the salt. So we're using the H plus and then the OH to tell you that you're going to have the water being formed. And then the anion and the cation to also give you the the salt.
And Doc,
yes.
Doc, if I may add something small to help my brother.
Okay.
He said, Doc, again, the H plus, the H component there is what determines the acidity. And then the OH component determines the basicity of the two compounds. So I think that equation there is highlighting the acid part and then the base part. Of course, the metal and then the anion that are attached, they don't really decide the acidity that much. So that one will form the salt as you explained, but this one is highlighting the acid and then the base part of it.
Thank you for that input. And I think it's a perfect input.
Is it because water is amphoteric substance?
Oh, don't bring in that here. He was explaining to you the acid part. What makes the hydrogen cyanide the acid is the H plus, and what makes the sodium hydroxide the base is the OH, and that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about the amphoteric aspect. Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome. And thank you for that input too. The acid-base reaction leading to gas formation. Certain salt, like carbonate, that is CO3 2-, and then the bicarbonate, sulfide containing this, and the sulfide containing the S2-, react with acid to form gaseous products. So let's look at the example here. When we have sodium carbonate and HCl, I want you to write the equation that will be formed. The product, sodium carbonate plus HCl. Let's write the equation. Write it and let me see.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah.
So I think it will form
All of you write it. So, bro, let everybody write it.
You write it way.
I mean, try it, and then after that, we all discuss.
So this sodium chloride.
All of you write it. The molecular equation for the reaction. Write it, and let's see how it will go.
Okay, Doc, we are doing it.
Okay, do it. So what we are doing now is going to be think, share, not think, pay, and share.
Doc, I think we are done.
Okay. The female should come first.
Okay, Doc, I'm starting. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, so sodium bicarbonate reacting with hydrochloric acid will form 2 molecules of sodium chloride, that is 2 NaCl plus 1 molecule of water, H2O plus 1 molecule of carbon dioxide, that is CO2. So in general, if I should read, so we have Na subscript 2, CO subscript 3, reacting, that is plus 2 HCl. So when I balance it, I'm having 2 NaCl plus H2O plus CO2.
Okay, that is think, share. Good. So anybody to confirm or disconfirm?
That is correct, Doc.
Doc, it's correct.
Please come again. Your network.
It's correct.
Doc, please, it's correct.
Hello, Doc, it's correct.
Yes. Any other? Is there anybody that's confirming it?
No, it's correct. It's correct.
That's good.
My
So now
only
that
problem is he mentioned sodium bicarbonates by sodium carbonates. That's the only thing
Thank
she
you.
mentioned that.
thank you for
Thank
that. So the next one is this. Take this one. NaH2O3, NaH2O3 plus H2SO4. Let's hear you. Think share. $30 seconds.
Doc, please, I'm done.
Okay, anybody again? Who is done? If you are done, let's hear your voice.
Okay, Doc. Can I go on?
Okay, let's hear the voices.
Okay, so Doc, I have 2 NaHCO3 plus H2SO4 going into Na2SO4 plus 2H2O plus CO2. That's what I
Any
have.
confirmation or confirmation?
Yeah, dog.
Mm-hmm.
With the last one that he said CO2, I'm having a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be 2 CO2 because when he was beginning, he started with 2 NaHCO3. So the 2 is affecting everything. So the carbon becomes 2. So at the product side, you should have 2 CO2.
Any reaction?
Doc, that is not true. Doc, the subscript 3 affects only the oxygen. So it doesn't affect the 2. If it will affect it doesn't affect the C. If it will affect the C, then the CO must be in brackets before the subscript 3. But since there is no bracket there, then the 3 only affects the oxygen. And so there is only one carbon on the left side of the equation. And so, right, okay. Doc, I see.
Take your time. You understand.
Where okay means
because of the balance in the 2, yes, I agree with it. Because of the 2 at the beginning, then there must be 2 at the CO2.
So the question is where okay means.
Doc, I'm saying that the okay is
she's right.
The balancing the 2 at the front of the NaHCO3.
No, listen, you are speaking a lot of English. You don't speak chemistry. You are speaking a lot of English. The okay means is she right or wrong?
Okay, maybe she should repeat what she said, then I can confirm.
Oh, my dear. Anyway, when you were beginning, you see, because of the sodium sulfate, the valency for sodium is 1 and the sulfate is 2. So the formula will be Na2SO4. So that made the beginning of the reactant, which is the sodium, this is the NaHCO3. You place 2 there. And because you place 2 there, I was trying to let you understand that it will definitely affect the carbon. So at the end of the that side, you should have 2 CO2. My dear, is everything, am I okay? Are we settled now?
Take your time. Yes, what you just said is true. What you just said is true. Yes, what you just said is true.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Doc.
Are you people there? Let us take our time and listen to each person. You realize that you are almost speaking the same language. So take your time and then let's see. So lady, let's hear you first. Yes, please.
Okay. So the reason why I said she should repeat is that when she was explaining the first time, my understanding of what she said earlier was with regard to the 3 which is a subscript of oxygen. So that's why I said I disagreed. And then that's why when you asked, I said she should repeat again. But with her later explanation, she's right. That's what I mean.
Good. That's what I want to hear. So she's right. Good. So you see, we are trying to say that certain salts like carbonates and bicarbonates, when they react with acid, they form gaseous product, and that is exactly what you have. And that gaseous product in this case is what? The hydrogen gas, isn't it? That's exactly what we are trying to derive. So the molecular equation for the reaction, yes, please.
Is it carbon dioxide or hydrogen gas?
Hey, carbon dioxide gas. Sorry, carbon dioxide gas.
Yes. Thank you.
What we are talking about carbon is carbon dioxide gas. Now, let's look at what we have here. Look at the first equation. Have you seen the equation? Sodium carbonate plus HCl to give you sodium chloride and then bicarbonate. Is this, what can you say about this equation in terms of stability? I'm waiting for the response.
Robbie said what?
In terms of stability, what can you say about this equation?
Sodium carbonate and hydrogen chloride.
To give this product.
Sodium chloride and hydrogen carbonate.
Did you get the question I'm asking?
No, but
the question is the equation below. Is it stable or it will still undergo further reaction? Have you gotten the question now?
Okay, dog. Yeah.
So you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to look at it and then tell me something.
Dog, it will still undergo further reaction.
Then complete the reaction. Everybody complete the reaction in the second stage. Complete the reaction. Are you ready?
Dog, we are coming.
Oh, come. I'm waiting for you. I'm still waiting on. Are you there? Or it ran away?
Yes,
Yes, Doc, we are
yeah.
coming.
So I'm waiting for you.
Doc, we are coming.
Come.
Hydrogen carbonate. Doc, please can we
Yes.
start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. So the reaction was between sodium carbonate and then hydrochloric acid, producing sodium chloride, and then we will get um, hydrogen carbonate again, or that's the weak acid called the carbonic acid. So the carbonic acid will decompose, or there will be decomposition further. So that's why you were asking. So it will be further
Sure.
decomposed to form water and then carbon dioxide.
Exactly. So the complete equation will be what?
Okay, so the complete equation will have sodium chloride, then we have water, then we have carbon dioxide.
Okay. Yes, let's hear from others. Anything to go against it or
Hello, Doc.
yes, dear.
Hey, Doc. So in this reaction, there is this in the carbonic or hydrogen this carbonate in the reaction. So we have to further treat this and the reaction with more base, to neutralize this and the acid in the solution. And here I treated this and the solution with more sodium hydrogen carbonate. More sodium hydrogen carbonate to neutralize this and the hydrogen carbonate to sodium carbonate and 2 molecules of water plus 2 molecules of carbon dioxide.
So in the nutshell, what is the equation?
So the equation is that H2CO3 plus 2NaHCO3, and then that's this and the arrow, that's the forward arrow to produce sodium. That's sodium carbonate, and then 2 molecules of water plus 2 molecules of carbon dioxide.
So how is it different from what our lady said? Is it the same?
I think she said that this and the hydrogen carbonate will dissociate or dissolve to produce this in water and carbon dioxide without treating this in the solution with more sodium or more base.
And without doing that, how will she be able to get the water and the carbon dioxide? You are all speaking the same language. The only thing is that you were explaining how maybe how the bicarbonates will further decompose.
Yes.
But she told us that it will decompose to give us the water and that of carbon dioxide. So you are saying the same thing. So I think all of you are saying same, and all of you are correct. Okay.
Okay.
So look at this one. Carbonic acid is unstable, and if present in solution in sufficient concentration of what? Sufficient concentration of what?
There's in the sodium chloride and this in the.
No, that is not what we are talking about. If it has sufficient concentration of the that is it will then decompose as this, and this is what our lady was explaining. But you were rather giving us the reagents that it will use, which of course is correct. We were speaking a lot of English instead of speaking chemistry. So it tells us that when you are writing maybe you are answering chemistry questions, please be as brief as that and use the right terminologies. On the other hand, speak chemistry rather than speaking English.
Mm.
For
Okay.
per this, you may be writing a lot, but it's supposed to be the other way around. So read the red highlighted one for me to see.
Look for other chemical equations to support this chemical property of acids.
That means work out for so many of these examples so that you'll be used to. That's good. Now, let's look at conjugate acids and conjugate base pair. With this, I want us to take just 5 minutes break. 5 minutes break, then we talk about this. So I'm giving you a break of 5 minutes. Just relax your brain, and then we will continue with conjugate acid base pairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Hello, colleagues. Please, still election going on or it's ended?
We are on break.
Oh, okay, okay.
You are welcome back. You are welcome back.
Thank you, Doc.
Good. So we are continuing. This is a new subtopic we are looking at, and that is acid-base conjugate pairs. Now, when we talk of acid-base conjugate pairs, we are talking about the extension of Bronsted-Lowry concept of acid and bases. We are talking about the extension of Bronsted-Lowry acid and bases. What is Bronsted-Lowry talking about when it says a substance is an acid? What does it mean? What does he mean by an acid? A substance being an acid? Yes. How does Bronsted-Lowry consider a substance to be an acid or a base?
When it can donate protein.
Did you hear the question? When does he consider a substance to be an acid or a base? Please, is a question I need an answer. When does he consider a substance to be an acid or a base?
Doc, I think when that substance is able to donate a proton.
Listen to the question. When does he, or maybe did he consider a substance as an acid or a base?
Okay, let me try again. A substance is considered as an acid or a base if that substance is able to, when the substance is able to donate a proton and the other one accepts, the accepting one becomes the base, and then the one donating becomes the acid.
You have not answered the question. But you people, you like answering questions with speaking a lot of English. You know, that is the challenge I have with you. just talking about an acid being a proton, maybe a proton donor, a base being a proton acceptor, just that. Then you go running around that with a lot of English. We are doing chemistry. Take note of that. Hello, is somebody talking? So, what is a Bronsted-Lowry acid? What is a Bronsted-Lowry acid? Have you run away from me?
Bronsted-Lowry acid is a proton donor.
Yeah.
Good.
And a base.
So, what is a Bronsted-Lowry base?
A base is a proton acceptor.
That is the concept we are developing here. You see, so the extension of this acid base, what the Bronsted-Lowry acid and bases, is the concept of acid-base conjugate pairs. So, listen to this: a conjugate base of a Bronsted-Lowry acid is the species that remains when a proton has been removed. So when the proton is removed, that the one that is removing the proton is an acid. Do you agree to that?
Yes, Doc.
So when the species, the Bronsted-Lowry acid is a species that remains when one proton has been removed from the acid. And then the opposite, when the conjugate acid results from the addition of proton to a Bronsted-Lowry base. So let's take this equation. You understand it perfectly here. Let's look at this equation. So before I come to the equation, say every Bronsted-Lowry acid has a conjugate base, and every Bronsted-Lowry base has a conjugate acid. So on the other hand, Bl base has a Bl acid as it's a conjugate acid. Bl acid has a conjugate base. That's what we are saying. So do you see the equation that we have here? My lady should read the first equation for me. Any female should read the first equation for me. My females are going to cook, eh? Are they going to cook? Junior, are you there? Okay, yes. I think she has come. She was cooking. She has just finished. Okay, let's hear her.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah, read the
Please,
first equation for me.
the equation, is it formic acid?
No, you just read it as we have, not mentioning the name.
Okay. So we have CH subscript 3.
No, don't use the subscript and superscript.
Okay. CH3COOH aqueous reacting with H2O liquid. Okay. Is it reversible? Okay. Forming to give CH3COO minus aqueous plus H3O plus, that is aqueous.
Okay, thank you. So if you look at the equation, you realize that the CA3COOH, that's the ethanoic acid here, it is giving out, it is donating, or it has donated the H. And at the end of the day, it has become what? CA3COO without the H. Have you seen that one? Do you see that? The CA3COOH has given out the H, and it has eventually become CA3COO minus. Then the water that is there has also taken up a hydrogen to become A3O plus. So the first one being the acid 1. The acid 1 has yielded the base 1, and the base 2 has yielded base acid 2. In reverse, the base 1 in reverse is picking up a proton or a hydrogen from the acid 2 to yield the acid 1, and then that of base 2 acid 2 is giving out a proton to base 1 to become base 2. So on the other hand, what we are trying to say is that the CH3COOH is an acid because it's donating the proton to become the CH3COO minus. And then the base, according to BL, the base H2O is a proton acceptor. So it has accepted the proton to become A3O plus. So the acid A or acid 1 has a conjugate base. Well, in reverse, the acid, the base 1 is going to accept a hydrogen from the acid 2. So that is a Bronsted-Lowry base, proton acceptor. And then it will give us the acid 1. It will give us the acid 1. So we say that if you go back there, up there, it says a conjugate base of a Bronsted-Lowry acid is the species that remains when the proton has been removed. So if you look at acid 1, when the proton was removed, you had a conjugate base, which is the base 1. And then going back again, it said a conjugate acid result from the addition of a proton to a conjugate base. So the acid 2 has removed a proton, and finally has become base 2. So every acid has its conjugate base. So acid 1 has a conjugate base of base 1, and every base has its conjugate acid, and that is acid 2 is now going to donate a proton to become base 2, or base 2 is going to accept a proton to become acid 2. So that is about the conjugate acid base pairs. Any question there? Any question there?
Doc, please go over again.
I should go over again. I say I
Yes,
should go
Doc.
over again. Okay. Let me go over again. What I'm saying is that when we talk of conjugate acid base pair, you know, according to BL, that's Bronsted-Lowry, an acid is a proton what? A proton
Donor.
Good. So look at base 1, acid 1. You see, acid 1 and then base 1. Acid 1 and base 1. You realize that acid 1 has donated a proton. So on the other hand, the proton will be lost. And when it got lost, it became base 1, as we have there. So that on the other hand, that is a result of losing the H. It has become CH3CO minus. And the base, according to BLS, were a proton what? A proton
is a proton acceptor.
So if you look at the water, under which we have base 2, it is now accepting a proton to increase its H to 3. That's what we have. So when at the end of a reaction, when an acid loses the proton lose the proton, the result of that acid is its conjugate base. And when a base accepts a proton, the result of that base is its conjugate acid. Out of this explanation too. How do you see this?
Doc.
So after the reaction, according to BL, after the reaction, the acid that is donating the proton, the results of that acid donating, the end result of that acid becomes its conjugate base. And the base that is accepting the proton, the end result of that base becomes its conjugate acid. So that's what we have there. So if you look at this one, you realize that CA3COH after losing became, that is an acid, after donating the proton became CA3COO, and that is its conjugate base. And then the base, which is the water, after accepting the proton became A3O minus O plus. So that A3O plus, which is the proton acceptor, becomes we have the base accepting to produce the acid. So when we reverse it, please, let's reverse it and see. According to BL, what is considered the base? What is considered a base according to BL?
A proton acceptor.
Hello? Proton acceptor. Good. So if you look at the base 1, can you see that base 1 is accepting a proton from the hydrozonium to become acid 1?
Yes.
Are you all seeing that? So in that case, that base, which is CH3COH, has this conjugate acid as the acid 1. And in reverse, the hydrozonium that has 3 hydrogens, then donating a hydrogen to the base 1, that acts as an acid. So the base 1 then becomes the acid 2 at the end becomes the base 2, which is its conjugate base. So will have its conjugate base. When that base is short of 1 proton, and then conjugate base, which accept a proton, at the end of the day, that one becomes its conjugate acid. So very important. Just look at the equation in 1 minute. Look at the equation and then compare it, or maybe link it with the explanation I've given and see. Then after that, I will let you do something. After that, now look at the second equation. My gentlemen, one of you should read the second equation for me.
Yeah. The second equation is ammonia, which is
No,
Na3
read it as read it as the formula, not the name.
Na3 equals and
you forget about the equals and forget about the state. Read.
Okay. Na3 plus A2O goes into Na4 plus OH ions.
Okay, so if you look at this, what is the role? Just look at it. What is the role according to BL? What is the role of the Na3 in going forward?
Going forward, the Na3 with the base, yeah.
Come again.
Because if you, maybe I was even thinking about the reversibility aspect of it. If you reverse the Na4,
no, I said going forward. Going forward.
It's a base, dog.
Why is it a base?
It's accepting.
Come
because
again.
the Na4 will lose the proton from the Na3.
I think 2 people are talking. Let me hear one person. Okay, my lady, talk and let me hear you.
Doc, please. I can see that it is accepting a proton from the. A proton from the
From
water.
where? To
From
become
the
what?
water
To
to
become what?
become an acid.
No, when it's accept the proton, then becomes NH4 plus.
H4. Yes, the 3
Good.
4.
So you see, proton acceptor is what? According to BL, it's a base, isn't it?
Yes, doc. Yes.
So that ammonia there is a base. Its conjugate acid then become the ammonium ion. Are you getting it?
Yes, please.
Yes, doc, please.
So what is the water doing in going forward?
Hello, dog.
Yes, dear.
The water is donating something. So at the end, it has reduced by the number of hydrogen it was having.
So the water served as what?
A donor.
So if it's a donor, it's an acid. Good.
Acid.
So in going forward, its conjugate base then becomes what? OH minus.
OH minus. Okay.
You get it? That is how it is. So after losing a proton, then it means, on the other hand, after donating a proton, then it means that substance is an acid. So whatever results from it becomes its conjugate base. And then the acid, which is the water, after losing the proton to become, that's less hydrogen, that one becomes an acid, and then the OH becomes its conjugate base. Now, in going backwards, I want somebody to explain using the conjugate acid base pair. In going backwards reaction.
Yeah, in going backwards,
Mm-hmm.
ammonium, which is the NH4,
Mm-hmm.
will donate the hydrogen, so to form the NH3.
So in donating becomes what?
In donating becomes an acid. So ammonium here becomes an acid, and donating to form an NH3, which one becomes what? The base. Then
so what kind of base?
It conjugate base.
I want you to use the word acid base conjugate pairs.
Okay.
Because that's the way the questions will be. So so let's say you are doing the right thing, but you are not using the terminologies. Your usual English is what you are using. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want you to become a chemist because you are learning chemistry. Yes, let's hear you.
Going backwards, the NH4 will lose a proton to form the conjugate base of NH3.
So its serve is what? So that becomes an acid, and it's listen to me. Stop with the English and then use the terminology. Ammonium ion, NH4, will lose a proton. When it loses the proton, according to BL, it's an acid. So its conjugate base then becomes Na3.
Yes, Doc.
OH is accepting the proton. To become water. OH becomes a base.
A base.
And its conjugate acid will be
what?
Thank you.
Come again. Please come again.
No, I was even.
Sir, please, I was telling Francis to talk so that he allows you to talk.
We hear whatever you are saying, because whilst you are talking, he also interacts, so we can't hear what is going on.
Okay. Right. So what I was saying is that in going backwards, that's why I gave you 5 minutes break so that the brain becomes a bit flexible. In going backwards, ammonium ion is now donating a proton. So at the end, the proton will reduce. That's what I want to say. And because it's donating, it becomes an acid, according to BL. And then the result of the ammonia after losing then becomes its base. So we have acid, ammonium ion becomes the acid, and its conjugate base will be the ammonia. And then the ammonia, the water which is going to accept, according to it, becomes a base. And its conjugate acid will be the water. In going forward, a base accepts a proton. So the ammonia is accepting a proton to become ammonium. So the ammonia, which is accepting a proton, becomes a base. And its conjugate acid will be the ammonium ion. And then the water that is giving out the proton to the ammonia becomes an acid. And its conjugate base will be the hydronium ion. That's the OH. So it's very simple thing. Just look at it and then understand from the so the one that is giving becomes a proton, becomes an acid according to BL, and then its result will be the conjugate base. The one that is accepting becomes a base, and its result becomes a conjugate acid. So that is about that. So I have this question for you. This example. Have you seen the example?
Yes, Doc, we can see.
So this one, it is think, share, not think, pay, and share. Think, share. So let's do. But it seems only 3 people are in the classroom. I'm talking about the contribution you are making. Meanwhile, we have about 12 or more in the class, but only 2 people are 2 men and a woman are talking. Where are the others?
Doc, we are here. They
Hello,
before we
Doc.
talk, they have already interjected.
Okay, then I have to devise a means
Hello,
of
Doc. Hello,
yes,
Doc.
yes.
Yeah, this is Maxwell speaking. Please, for the first question, I believe that.
No, I was on the those who are not contributing. That is what I was
Okay,
talking
so I have to be quiet. Okay, thank you.
So now, my two men. I think those who have been talking. Let me even look at their name, because I'm not on that listener. I think those who are talking a lot are the. Let me even look at them well, because I'm not happy with the way the contributions are coming. Only 2 of you are doing the contribution for the men, and then the women, only 1 person is doing the contribution. I think we have is it Same, and then who are the men doing the talking?
Doc, for one thing, I
think Frimpong is one of them. Frimpong is one of them.
No,
Shadrach,
Shadrach.
And then, Shadrach,
we are talking on.
And Francis too is also part. Francis.
All the men are talking.
All the men, not all. Godwin is not talking, so not all the men.
So, Doc, Maxwell is doing the less talking. So let me speak.
Okay. I hear.
You don't know our voice.
Mazi, I'm using your voice.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm on the sharing platform, so I'm not looking at the names.
Okay.
I'm not looking at I'm on the sharing platform. That's why I find it difficult to know those who are talking and those who are not talking. Okay, right. So let me hear from this Maxwell.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Please, I believe the first question. The ammonia is the base, and its conjugate pair is the ammonium, which is the acid.
Apply for you.
And then, and then HF at the side of the reactant, the HF is the acid, and then its conjugate pair is the ion. Thank you.
Its conjugate what?
Its conjugate pair is F.
What
that is
pair?
ion.
What kind of pair are you referring to?
I'm referring to HF, which is the acid and the reactant.
Terminology, please listen. If you say its conjugate pair, is it the acid pair or the base pair? That's the question.
Its base pair. Its base pair. The HF base pair is F. That is ion. F ion.
So take it again so that we all get it.
Okay, so the ammonia is the base, in terms of the reactant, and its conjugate base is ammonium ion. And then HF at the reactant side, its conjugate, which is the acid here, its conjugate base is F, which is the ion. Thank you.
I'll clap for you. Okay, now let's hear the second sign. At this time, okay, a male spoke, so a female should speak. A female should speak, please. Hey, my female has run away. Oh, yay!
We are here, sir. I was waiting for that then to speak.
Oh, the first one has been said by a male. So the second question is for a female.
Okay. So the cyanide is a base. Its conjugate acid is the HCN.
Okay.
And then the acid, that is the water, the reactant side, is the acid. Its conjugate base is the OH minus.
I'm clapping for you.
Thank you.
Okay. That's good. Now you've made the whole thing simple for me. That's good. So please, you have to be reading a lot or solving a lot. Solve a lot so that at the end of the day it becomes easier for you. So what will happen is that you by all means you'll be given a series of equations like this, and then be made to deduce the acid-base conjugate pairs. So that is about that. So how many assignments have I given you? One.
I've given one.
One. Dr. Says one.
That one was what?
That one was the instructional strategies.
On the jigsaw, teaching.
Yeah.
Okay, as a instructional strategy.
Yeah.
And then there's the last one for today. So let's read it, and then someone should help read.
Identify 10 acid and base reactions. Deduce the conjugate acid-base pairs in the 10 reactions and report on them.
You see, when we talk of report on them, first of all, you identify acid-base reaction. That means you write the equation like we have up there, the two up there. Then after that, you underline them like what I have done there. Acid 1, base 1, acid 2, base 2. That means acid 1 has this conjugate base here. Acid 2 has this conjugate base there. Then after that, you report on them. Report on them by saying that maybe, for instance, let me use it. For instance, ammonia has accepted a proton to become ammonium. Hence, ammonia being a base has its conjugate acid as ammonium ion. Then HF, which is an acid, has donated a proton to become F minus. Hence, HF is an acid, and then F minus is its conjugate base. That is the report we are talking about. So you do this one. When we meet in our next meeting, you'll be presenting this before we start. The first either 45 minutes or something, you will present on them, and then you'll be scored. So if you don't present, you will not be scored. And don't forget, this one will go into your internal assessment, 40% of it. So don't worry. If you don't present, I won't be worried. So, but I know you will do it. I believe and trust you, you will do it. Okay. So we are ending today's lesson on acid-base conjugate pairs. In our next meeting, we shall be looking at acid-base properties of water. Acid-base properties of water. So you take note of that. Until then, we have some few minutes to discuss what I promised you. If you remember, I promised you that we will talk about the our timing. So I have to go by my words. I have to go by that.
Doc.
So yes, dear. Yes.
When the lesson begins, some of our colleagues wasn't part of it, so we were discussing about the time that we can reschedule.
Speak louder, Frimpong.
Please, I can't hear anything. I'm only hearing.
Please, can you hear me right now?
Now we can all hear you.
What I'm trying to say is, beginning of the lesson, we were discussing of the time, whether we can reschedule it from 4:30 to 6 so that it can suit all of the members. I'm talking about the college learners. And you were also giving your thoughts about it. And also looking at the nature of it and the time that we are starting the PCK, I think we have elapsed more of the time. So whether we can even adjust the time so that we can capture everything that we are supposed to do for the incoming exam. That's what we were discussing. So Doc, my opinion is everything lies on you, because we are the learners. Though we can even say something, we have a say, but we can't impose. So what you will say is definitely what we are going to oblige to.
Okay. You see, from what we are supposed to do, we were starting at 4:30, and we end at what, 8:30, isn't it? 4:30 to 8:30.
Yeah.
4:30 to 8:30. But what? Please, I hope you are all listening.
Yes.
Those who are not also there, I hope you are also listening.
Yes, Doc.
Yes,
Doc. Before that, I think I don't even know the platform where you are, so that I would have given you the the course material. I'm not on that platform, so I think I have to ask. I'll ask Mr. Delby to add me up to that platform, so that I give you the course material. What do you think?
But please, Doc, you can just give out your number here, so that we will add you to the platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then please, Junior, take the number now.
Okay, sir.
All of you can take my number in case of any this.
All right,
so
sir.
the number is 0244 75 46 05
Okay.
0244
Yeah.
75
Okay.
46
Okay.
05. Are you okay with the number?
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, please. Gotten it now.
So, and the name is Dr. Michael Owusu. So please, you can add me up there, so that when I find, I'll put it on it. What is the title of the platform?
Chemistry major.
Chemistry major.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chemistry major. Yeah.
Then that chemistry major, I'm already on it too.
We have chemistry major
West School.
and we have chemistry major one.
Oh.
That one is West School.
No, we have another one. We have chemistry major nationwide. That one is not West School.
That one nationwide is added. Nationwide is added.
Yeah, please, Doc.
Yes, nationwide
please,
is
Doc.
added. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we in fact we have we have the one for all for the centers, right? So for all chemistry major students.
Because I have chemistry major West School.
Yes, for that one is Yeah, please, Doc, for that that one is for only West Coast students. So we have created one for all of us. Yeah,
Okay.
yes. So we are going to add you on that nationwide platform.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. All right.
Then do that so that.
Equal, dog. Equal, dog.
Okay.
Put
But
in our
is it
WhatsApp group chat so that
advisable?
we share it to the nationwide.
Advisable,
Although
like
we
please,
will
please,
add your
please,
name to the nationwide.
please, please.
Hello, dog.
Listen, please, is it advisable to put it on that platform?
Yes, yes, yes. Or you can put it.
Oh, yes, sir.
You can. Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Because that one has all of you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll put another platform after this. Now going back to the time. Let me suggest it. Hey, Mazi, mute yourself. Now, what I want to do is that we're supposed to start at 4:30, but for your sake, I want to bring it to 5 o'clock. At least that means that I have to lecture up to 9 p.m. So 5 to 9.
Okay.
I think that is what we can do so that at the end of the day, at least 5 there. I know, one thing that we normally do is that if you have a class at let's say 7 o'clock, if you have a class at 7 and then your friends are, maybe you have another, maybe in your normal workplace, it's up to you close at let's say 4. Normally you speak with your colleagues and tell them that this is the situation, so they should help you. And I think nobody will say that no, I can't do that. It's the way you relate with them. So I want to plead with you that at least for 5 o'clock there, let's do our best, because teaching up to 9 p.m.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult. Even you yourself,
Yeah,
it's not even
Exactly.
it's not going to be that.
It's not easy.
Because
It's not easy for us.
We are even already tired.
you see. And even tomorrow, for instance, I have a class. Even my normal lecture that I do, the normal one, then the same time I also have another class with. This one is going to be another class. Let me put it like that. Another class too is there, which I'm supposed to do. That is curriculum studies in chemistry. That one too, I'll be doing that at the same time. So if you can bear with me, that tomorrow, God willing, or maybe in our subsequent meetings, we start at 5. What do you suggest?
Okay. I think
Please,
that's
Doctor,
okay.
I think that yeah, it's accepted. It's
I know
accepted.
it's not going to be easy.
I think it's
It's not
okay.
going to be easy for you, but let's
Yeah, I
manage
think it's
so
okay.
that we'll be
I think
able
it's
to.
okay.
Yes, because
Hello,
today
Doc.
like this. Yes.
Hello, Doc. Please, I want to make this suggestion. Apart from today, can't we have another day within the weekday to cover up what?
I think, Nikki, the first this one where this guy I told you that this is not the only online lecture that I have. I also have the beard sandwich degree with the same institute. That one is for undergrads. The same institute, and that one I have 2 different courses.
Okay.
2 different courses. So it means that I'm
Dog.
supposed to.
Dog, please. Can I ask something? Dog, is it recording or has the
Yes.
recording stopped?
That one is up to them. I'm not. I don't know what is going on. But even if it's recording, it's not a problem. Okay, it's not going to be a problem because Deborah knows that we'll be doing this. But I said it initially. That will take about 20 minutes of your time. Then we discuss this. So that one we don't have any challenge. But what I want to say is that I have another classes that I do. That means that one too is 2 days. That one is 2 days. And with the 2 days, then I also have another class, KUST. So it will be very difficult for me to shift for now. But the shifting, I will say that let's wait. Let's wait after next week. Because they are yet the sandwich be a bachelor. The bachelor degree, they are yet to prepare the timetable. And I don't even know whether there's going to be any clash. If there's going to be any clash, then we don't have any alternative than to shift the time to maybe later parts. But I don't want to change the day because of your own convenience too. I have to also consider your time and then what you are doing. So I will plead with you to help me for now. For the change of days and then additional days, let's wait till I get that timetable ready. Okay.
Okay, Doc.
That is a plea I'm also.
Well understood. So,
okay. So God willing.
Next week.
God willing, next week we start at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Instead of 4:30.
Okay.
But let's encourage others. It's not easy, but let's encourage them.
Okay, Doc.
Let's encourage them.
I hope and pray that we will finish on time.
We will
finish the course outline. I say I hope and pray that we'll finish.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have any problem.
I think so. God will do everything for us. So you
don't have any problem.
Doc.
You don't have any problem.
No, Doc.
Okay? The only thing that the only thing I need from you is that when we meet, please let us all contribute like we were doing today. But today only few were talking. When it happens like that, it made the class a little bit boring. But if you're able to, all of us are to contribute, then we'll be able to make meaningful, work for the day. And that is what I want to encourage you to. Let us all contribute and then.
Okay, Doc. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Doc, can I ask something?
Yo, ask something.
My question is, although previously we were having a course outline and they placed a certain coordinating role on that course outline with lecturers who are supposed to coordinate certain courses. So if I may ask, right now, you are taking control of this PCK2. So are you the one? Are you the one going to set the exams as well as the quizzes? That's my question.
Okay, right. Thank you. I am the coordinator and then the lecturer as well. Are you okay?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the coordinator and I'm the lecturer. So the only thing that you need to do is that's why I'm saying that let us all be present. Let us all contribute. Because when you contribute and that is punctuality, regularity, and then contributing. What less? The rest is up to me. So you don't have any problem. Just contribute, participate in everything we are doing. That's why I keep on mentioning names. These people should come. I want to hear your voices. Because I don't know you by faces. I only know you by names. Okay, so and don't forget that we'll have internal assessment, 40% internal assessment. And that internal assessment is from what we are doing, your class attendance, your contribution, and then your regularity. That's about that. Let us do our best and do that. The rest, you leave the rest with me. The most important thing is that come to class, participate in everything we are doing. That's all. I hope it's well understood.
Yes, Doc.
Yes, Doc.
Yes, Doc. We are very grateful.
This assignment I've given you, God willing, next week you will present. If you're able to present, I'll score you here. That's why I said you'll be presenting one after the other. And then nobody is using more than 2 minutes.
The 1 hour away.
So that is about that. So if we are 30, it means we are using 1 hour. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. The more much of the contribution will come, the presentation will come from the last one I've given you. You identify 10 acid-base and base reaction. Then you reduce the acid-base conjugate pairs. Then you just report like we were doing, and I was clapping for you. That is all. Just say that sodium plus this plus this. That is the acid base. That's the acid-base reaction. Now, sodium and maybe this are acid-base conjugate pairs. This and that are just that. You finish. You go.
Doc.
Yes.
The last question. Doc, you're talking about internal assessment. But Doc, we'll be writing online quiz 1 and 2 for also an assessment, internal assessment. What about that too? For 20 marks each.
The 40%. Okay, let me say this thing. Let me say this one. My form of assessment. I wish you leave everything with me, but because you have asked, let me say something. My form of assessment is not only paper and pen. Take it from me today. It's not only paper and pen. You can score 100, but if you don't attend classes, it's null and void. That's why I say leave everything with me. And then be present, and then present your work. Whatever you're supposed to do, do it. Contribute. That is all that you need. Unless you want me to say things I'm not supposed to say. But that is what I have for you. That's what I have for you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So
Thank you.
I wish you all the best, and God be with you.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
Doc, lastly, I hope.
Hey, Michael.
Doc, please,
Michael, once again.
Doc, please, have they added you to the group so we can get the material?
Have you done that? Have you done that already?
Unless the course rep answer.
Please no, I
can't
haven't
you.
done that. I haven't done that. I will do that right after.
If you do that, then I also add it, because I'll be waiting for that. If you don't do, then I'll add. But I don't know where to send it. So if you do, then I'll send it. If you don't do, I won't send it.
Oh, please, I'm going to do it right away after the lecture.
Thank you. Thank you for the fruitful discussion.
Thank you very much.
Lecture. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Bye.